Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Mahārāja's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Kṛṣṇa Caitanya book compilation given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Mahārāja on June 15th, 2021 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Mukam karoti vachalam
Angalangayasegaram
yat kripa tamaham vande Paramananda Madhavam
Sri Caitanya Isham
Harihi Om.
Tat Sat.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we will continue with the compilation of the Sri Kṛṣṇa Caitanya book. Today's chapter is entitled as Giving the Title of Bhāgavatācārya to Raghunātha. Under the section The Lord's Attempt to Go to Vrindavan, Caitanya Bhagavat Antakhanda 5.110.
প্রভুর বরাহ নগরে জনৈক ব্রাহ্মণ গৃহে আগমন। তবে প্রভু আইলেন বরাহ নগরে, মহাভাগ্যবন্ত এক ব্রাহ্মণের ঘরে।
Thereafter, Lord Caitanya went to Varaha Nagar and stayed in the house of one of the most fortunate Brahmana, Sri Raghunātha Bhāgavatācārya.
Siddhiyantya
5.111.
ভাগবতের সুশিক্ষিত বিপ্রের প্রভু দর্শনে ভাগবত পাঠ। সেই বিপ্র বড় সুশিক্ষিত ভাগবতে, প্রভু দেখি ভাগবত লাগিলা পড়িতে।
That Brahmana
was expert in the reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam.
was expert in the reciting of the Srimad Bhagavatam.
So,
So,
on seeing Lord Caitanya,
on seeing Lord Caitanya,
he began to recite Srimad Bhagavatam.
he began to recite Srimad Bhagavatam. CB Antya 5.112.
শুনিয়া তাহান ভক্তি যোগের পঠন, আবিষ্ট হইলা গৌরচন্দ্র নারায়ণ।
When Lord Gaurachandra Narayan
heard his recitation
heard his recitation
of verses
glorifying
devotional service,
devotional service, Bhakti Yoga,
Lord Caitanya became absorbed
Lord Caitanya became absorbed
in ecstasy.
CB Antya 5.113.
শ্রী গৌরহরির ভবেশে নিত্য, পুনঃ পুনঃ ভূতলে পতন। বল বল বলে প্রভু শ্রী গৌরাঙ্গ রায়, হুঙ্কার গর্জন প্রভু করয়ে সদায়।
Lord Sri Gauranga Rai
said,
read on,
read on, repeatedly.
He loudly roared. And
Lord Gauranga
repeatedly exclaimed.
Lord Gauranga repeatedly exclaimed. CB Antya 5.114.
সেই বিপ্র পরে পরমানন্দমগ্ন হইয়া, প্রভুও করেন নিত্য বাহ্য পারসিয়া।
That Brahman
That Brahman,
as he recited Bhāgavatam,
as he recited Bhāgavatam,
he became absorbed in transcendental ecstasy.
he became absorbed in transcendental ecstasy.
Lord Caitanya
Lord Caitanya
lost his external consciousness
lost his external consciousness
and he danced
in
ecstasy.
ecstasy. CB Antya 5.115.
ভক্তির মহিমা শ্লোক শুনিতে শুনিতে পুনঃ পুনঃ আছাড় করেন পৃথিবীতে।
Slogas is a glorifying devotional service.
The slokas which are glorifying devotional service,
Lord Caitanya was hearing again and again.
Lord Caitanya was hearing again and again.
Then he repeatedly fell to the ground
Then he repeatedly fell to the ground
in ecstasy.
in ecstasy.
So Lord Caitanya, by hearing the Bhāgavatam,
So Lord Caitanya, by hearing the Bhāgavatam,
especially the verses glorifying Bhakti Yoga
especially the verses glorifying Bhakti Yoga
or devotional service,
or devotional service,
he became ecstatic, lost his external consciousness,
so he became ecstatic and lost his external consciousness.
and sometimes he fell to the ground.
And sometimes he fell to the ground.
So he was very inspired, very ecstatic
He was very inspired, very ecstatic
by hearing this recitation of the Bhagavatam.
by hearing this recitation of the Bhagavatam. CB Antya 5.116.
হেন সে করেন প্রভু প্রেমের প্রকাশ আছাড় দেখিতে সর্বলোকে প্রায় তা পায় তা ত্রাস।
Lord Caitanya
Lord Caitanya
manifested wonderful ecstatic
manifest,
love.
manifested wonderful ecstatic love.
And then
And then
people became frightened.
people became frightened.
All the people became frightened.
And then all the people became frightened.
Seeing him fall
Seeing him fall
forcefully to the ground.
forcefully to the ground. CB Antya 5.117.
রাত্রি ৩ প্রহর পর্যন্ত ভাগবত শ্রবণে নিত্য। এই মতো রাত্রি ৩ প্রহর অবধি ভাগবত শুনিয়া নাচিলা গুণনিধি।
This way, for 9 hours
In this way, for 9 hours
during the night,
during the night,
hearing Lord Caitanya was hearing the Bhagavatam
Lord Caitanya was hearing the Bhagavatam
and dancing in ecstasy,
and dancing in ecstasy,
ocean of good qualities.
the ocean of good qualities. CB Antya 5.118.
বাহ্য পাইয়া বিপ্রকে আলিঙ্গন ও প্রশংসা। বাহ্য পাই বসিলেন শ্রীশচী নন্দন সন্তোষে দ্বিজেরে করিলেন আলিঙ্গন।
Thereafter, Lord Sri Sachinandan
Thereafter, the Lord Sri Sachinandan
regained his external consciousness
regained his external consciousness
and sat down, being totally satisfied.
Being totally satisfied,
He embraced happily that Brahman,
he embraced happily that Brahman,
or entered and the Brahmin non-stop all night reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam.
After having the Brahman non-stop reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam,
After hearing,
after hearing,
so then he sat and then he embraced that Brahman.
he sat and then embraced that Brahman. CB Antya 5.119.
প্রভু বলে ভাগবত এমত পড়িতে কবু নাহি শুনিয়ার কাহারো মুখেতে।
Lord Caitanya said,
Lord Chaitanya said, I have never heard such a nice explanation of Srimad Bhagavatam from anyone. CB Antya 5.120.
প্রভুর বিপ্রকে ভাগবত আচার্য পদবী প্রদান। এতকে তোমারও নাম ভাগবত আচার্য, ইহা বিনা আর কোন না করিহ কার্য।
from this time, your name will be Bhāgavatācārya.
From this time, your name will be Bhāgavatācārya.
Your only duty
Your only duty
is to recite Srimad Bhagavatam.
is to recite Srimad Bhagavatam. CB Antya 5.121.
বিপ্রপ্রতি প্রভুর পদবী যোগ্য শুনি, সবে করিলেন মহা হরি হরি ধ্বনি।
Everyone heard
When everyone heard
a suitable name
the suitable name
that Lord Caitanya gave the Brahmana,
that Lord Chaitanya gave the Brahmana,
they all chanted
loudly
the name of Hari. Hariva, Hariva.
the name of Hari.
Everyone was very pleased
So everyone was very pleased
to hear Lord Caitanya giving the title
to hear Lord Chaitanya giving the title
Bhāgavatācārya.
Bhāgavatācārya.
And they all in great bliss
And they all in great bliss
chanted
chanted
loudly,
loudly
Hariva,
Hari
Hariva.
Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. CB Antya 5.122.
এই মত প্রতি গ্রামে গ্রামে গঙ্গা তীরে রহিয়া রহিয়া প্রভু ভক্তের মন্দিরে।
In this way,
throughout various villages along the bank of the Ganges,
through various villages along the bank of the Ganges,
Lord Caitanya stayed
Lord Chaitanya stayed
in the houses and temples
in the houses and temples
of various devotees. So, from Hanihati north, the Lord went along the Ganges side.
So, from Panihati, the Lord went along the Ganges side.
And he visited different houses of devotees.
So, he visited the houses of the devotees, different houses of the devotees,
Different temples.
and different temples.
This way, he proceeded north.
In this way, he proceeded north. Thus ends the chapter entitled Giving the title of Bhāgavatācārya to Raghunātha under the section The Lord's Attempt to Go to Vrindavan.
We see how Lord Caitanya,
See how Lord Chaitanya, he was
expanding his pastimes.
expanding his pastimes.
Actually, I don't know if Raghunātha is north or south of Panihati.
Actually, I don't know, but Barahanagar is south or north to Panihati.
That could be ascertained
That could be ascertained.
The Chaitanya Bhagavat is not always chronologically organized.
Since the Chaitanya Bhagavat is not always chronologically organized.
Anyway, even to this day,
Anyway, even to this day,
the temple where the Brahmin was staying,
and there is a temple where the Brahmin was staying,
Bhāgavatācārya,
the Bhāgavatācārya.
and that temple has a large library.
And that temple has a large library.
And so they still remember Lord Caitanya going there
So they still remember Lord Chaitanya going there
and naming the Brahmana as Bhāgavatācārya.
and meeting the Brahmana Bhāgavatācārya. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes in his Anubhashya in the Gaur Ganodesha Deepika 203, it is said Bhāgavatācārya compiled a book entitled Kṛṣṇa Prema Tarangini, and he was the most beloved devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited Varahanagar, now a suburb of Calcutta, he stayed in the house of a most fortunate Brahmana, who was very learned scholar in the Bhagavad literature. Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 10.113 purport by Srila Prabhupada.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.